my enchanted peeps. Today I am doing just like a quick little October haul video. I actually didn't get like a ton of stuff in October, which is surprising because I see so many things that I love in October. However, you know, I did order a few things. So some of the stuff I've already done like a reveal on, but I just thought I would go through and talk about some of the stuff I got. So what I got basically was books and cards. You've probably seen, if you watch my videos, I did an unboxing of the Victoria Francis Gothic Oracle cards. They're really beautiful, very different because they don't have keywords on them, but it is very nice. It is a low scarable production, but I'm finding that the quality of their books is getting just a lot better than they used to be. Instead of the little white book, you know, I get a little book like this. It still has 5 languages in it, but the English is quite hefty. So that there's about 45 pages that are in English, and it's a nice glossy book. And then the cards are really lovely as well. So that's what the back looks like. And then that's the front of one of the cards. They're really great for just kind of using your intuition. And if you really like Gothic type themes, especially, you know, for this time of year, this is a really great deck, and I would recommend it. I don't know if I'd recommend it for beginners just because there's no keyword there, and you know, the meanings can be a bit vague as far as looking at the picture and then, you know, deciphering what it means. But if you really love it, I would not discourage you from getting it because it is a wonderful deck. So I was very pleased with this purchase. I also got in the mail this month the Wisdom of the Oracle cards by Colette Burd, and this is going to be my daily draw card for 2016, which I'm very excited for working with them because I just love these cards. They have such a wonderful, beautiful energy to them. Comes with a nice thick book, a little bit bigger than the usual Hay House books, and then the cards themselves, they are lovely. That's the back, and then the front. They're just beautifully sort of dreamy, ethereal type images. So I am loving these. So I am very excited to be working with these for 2016. So I'm very glad I ordered them. And then another deck that I've done a recent unboxing with is the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. I also wanted to show a book that I got, I think it was the end of September, beginning of October, I can't remember exactly what date. It's called Sparkle by Doreen Virtue, and I was really looking forward to it because of the title. I thought this is going to be great, and I have to say I was disappointed. I tried to find the book for this kind of show and tell haul, but I can't find it, which may be maybe for the best, because I was thinking I might as well just lend it to someone. And part of the issue is that I've really loved her books in the past, you know, in the early 2000s, I would say, the late 1990s, early 2000s in there. They had a little bit more of a pagan bent, I would say, especially things like Gods, Goddesses, and Ascended Masters. There was one about the goddess, and I quite like those books, but I'm finding that the last 2 books that I got from her, actually I should say 2 of the last 3 books I got from her, I found I don't know how to say this, but it's like I feel like the sense that I get is that they're almost like they're churned out and that they're dumbed down a bit. I'm not saying, you know, if you like them, if you like these books, that, you know, you don't or anything like that, because that's, you know, not trying to say that at all. I'm just finding that I wish they were a little more meaty. And, you know, she's got a PhD. She's obviously a smart person. I've loved her books in the past, and I just feel like I wish she would just give us a little bit more. And when I got the book, Don't Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle, I was hoping for more of like a self-help sort of book, and it is somewhat, but then there's all this stuff about nutrition, and you know, she's not a nutritionist, and maybe that nutrition scheme works for her, but if I wanted a nutrition book, I would have bought one. And so I was kind of a little bit disappointed, I have to say. However, that may be just me, and it might work for other people. So if you like her books and you kind of want something like that, I would say pick it up. But if you don't, then, you know, don't. And the other book I got a few months ago was Earth Angels. And I also found that a bit of a struggle to get through. I just wish they were a little more meaty and a little more down to earth, I kind of feel like. Anyway, it doesn't resonate with me. However, I did get the one about the Hermetic Secrets that is a reprint from earlier in the 2000s, and that I quite liked from her. So I'm finding what I'm learning is that I tend to like her earlier stuff. So that was one purchase that I was like, oh, didn't really care for, but you know what, I might pass it on to lend it to somebody that might get something out of it, because, you know, not everything's for everybody. Anyway, I'm still enjoying her cards, though, I have to say. And so the Fairy Tarot cards I quite like. And like I said, this is probably going to be a deck for spring. I pre-ordered it because when I saw it came out, I'm like, I love fairies, and I've been enjoying her other cards, so I thought I would get these. Again, it's your typical sort of Hay House box with the book here. And there's lovely, that's the backing. It's just lovely, beautiful. And it's got this silver gilding on the side, which is lovely. And then there's some lovely images here. She works with Radley Valentine, who does the artwork. I think he does the artwork. Oh, no, illustrations by Howard David Johnson. Sorry, my mistake. Whoever does the artwork, very beautiful, lovely deck. So I'm looking forward to working with this in the spring as my spring deck. So that purchase I was happy with, that's for sure. And then I also picked up this month the Fallen Angel Oracle cards. So I'm still working with these. Like I said, I kind of had a mixed feelings about it. I've had some really good readings. I've had ones that are really negative. So I'm still working with this. I think it might be a really good deck for shadow work and for like dark moon sort of time. So I'm going to continue to work with this and see what I think. And then as far as books go, there were 2 books I got this month that were just excellent. I can't say enough about them. The first one is very, very popular. It is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, who is the same person who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. This book's very different. It is about creativity and sort of harnessing your creativity. I read it all in one weekend. It was so good. It's funny, it's insightful, it's, you know, down to earth and realistic, and she's definitely very, very inspiring. And so if you are a creative person at all, which I'm assuming you are if you watch this channel, then you probably would really love this book too. It's nice because it's kind of in these bite-sized chunks, so you can read a little bit at a time. You can read it all at once. It's a really, really great book, and I think I'm going to go through it again a little bit slower. I just kind of eat it up. It was a wonderful, delicious book. So if you're creative at all, highly, highly recommend this book. The other book that I got is Opening Heaven's Door by Patricia Pearson. She's a Canadian journalist. She's never written a book like this before, but this book is basically about near-death experiences, also experiences of people who have had loved ones die, and then the person comes to visit them when they die. So before they hear about it by mundane means like the telephone or somebody telling them, the person as they die tells, you know, somehow delivers a message that they're dying. So it's experiences like that, also experiences of the dying, what the dying see, people that have had, like I said, near-death experiences, thought they were going to die, also people who've been lost and have had a person appear and guide them out to safety. So just interesting incidences like that, and it's talking about how a lot of us have these kind of experiences, but science doesn't recognize them, and so it's almost like taboo in our culture now to speak of these things. So it's Opening Heaven's Door, what the dying may be trying to tell us about where they are going, and it is an excellent book. I don't know if it's available in the States because, like I said, it's by a Canadian journalist, but I do recommend it if you are interested at all in like near-death experiences or anything like that, or the afterlife. This is an excellent book to read as well. So that's what I got this month. Like I said, not a huge haul, but I've got a few things. If you have any opinions about any of the books or cards that I have, please put in the comments below. I love reading all your comments. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!